Hello everyone, I'm Havoc and this is Factorio Space Exploration. Before we get into the video, I'd like to go ahead and let everyone know that in the description below this video, there will be a link to my Discord and to my Twitch channel. Come join us in Discord. We really would love to have you there. I'll be putting information about videos out early as well as notifications for when I'm going to be going live streaming, so you guys can check that out down below, and let's get right into the video. We've got a few different options here. I am constantly being attacked by enemies, and I have gone out and blown up a lot of them in the past, and they just come back after a little bit of the time running, and they come and hit my walls up. Now, I went ahead and stretched my robot network out to these walls that are protecting me, but it's really inefficient. At this stage, you're talking about robots flying incredible distance, recharging way too many times to get out here and deposit whatever they're bringing, and it's just not good. That's not a good way to do it. What we need to do is set up standalone systems, walls that are by themselves out there, at any choke points, and I just have trains deliver supplies. Now, in order to get going, see right here, got more and more constant waves of these little boogers coming in and fighting. They have a really bad time with the fire. Once the fire's out there, it's pretty much the end. Now, before I design a wall setup, I think it would be beneficial to build a standalone area, a little segment like we've been doing that deals with our military needs. So we're talking about walls, ammo, turrets, all of those things. I know I am making all of those things here in-house, but they are mixed in amongst all kinds of things, and really I'm going to slowly start ripping bits and pieces out of here and setting up individual builds for each of these. So what we want to do is figure out what are we going to need really. It's going to be flamethrower turrets, it's going to be things like that, but then each of those have individual products that they need. And we don't have to build a whole ton of each of these, and we don't have to build them super fast. It can be something passive. I say that, and then at the rate that I'm getting attacked, I may need to be able to build a significant amount. But what I want to do is come up with a stacker and unloader for different resources, and I want to unload resources at the lowest complexity possible. So what I mean by that is I want to bring in iron, copper plate, steel, anything that is at a low complexity, and then make everything else locally. The only thing that I really don't want to do there is going to be like circuits, so green circuits, red circuits, if they're necessary for any of these things. I don't really think they are for flamethrowers. Walls obviously just need some steel and the concrete walls. Here you're talking about concrete, so the issue with that is going to be the concrete. We will need, let's see, where is my concrete actually made at? I can't remember if concrete requires iron. It requires iron sticks, okay, and sand, stone bricks, and water. Probably make the concrete locally there, so that means we're going to be bringing in sand, stone brick. I do ship out sand, right? Oh, yes. Lots and lots of sand at my fingertips. Then I've got glass and stone bricks. Okay. Just trying to go over those things and see what we can produce. Now, obviously, we'll only be making the concrete for making the walls. Let's come over here and take a look at this. concrete walls, that takes concrete, and these just take stone bricks. So that's pretty easy there. All we need to get walls up are going to be stone in its various forms and iron and steel coming in. Now the gate's going to take motors. That's just more iron, steel, easy to do. Stone walls, which I will have to make locally anyways, and then green circuits. So we'll have to bring some green circuits in for the gates. And then green circuits are also needed for laser turrets, so that's good. Glass, steel, batteries, we'll probably train batteries in rather than make them locally there because that takes chemicals and there's no need to worry about that. We're going to want flamethrower turrets. I'm considering using landmines. It's not something I've done in the past, but I kind of want to, just to see if it's effective. It takes 2 explosives and some steel, and the explosives are going to cost chemical. Where are explosives? Is that not here? Let's autosave. Here's the explosives. Coal, sulfur, and water. What is going to use explosives though? So if I come in here and say explosives, artillery shells, atomic bombs, cannon shells, cliff explosives, cluster grenades, ooh, deep water fill. Okay, so that's true. Explosive cannon shells, landmines, muddy water fill. What is this exactly? Iridium pile drive. It's weird. Okay. Water fill. Weapons delivery capsule. Explosion shielding data requires explosives. Okay, so that means that I will make explosives elsewhere and they will be trained in to where I need them. They'll be brought into the military area. So let's go ahead and get started with setting up. We're going to need the logistics. We're going to need train loading areas, offloading, the resources that are coming in, and we need to pick a good spot for that. I'm going to say we probably should start coming down this way and look at I have a lot of space here, but actually no I don't, because this is going to be red and blues, some kind of build going up there. That's right. We're going to need to expand our train network even further in this direction from our junction down here. Let's see what we get. Let's see here. I'm not going to want these so close to the other signals though, so let's go ahead and take those signals off. And then that's much better after that point. And I'm just going to extend this out a little ways, and I don't know exactly. Oh boy, I've run into areas I haven't cleared yet. Interesting. Just get rid of all the trees and rocks. I don't know how far down I'm going to come exactly just yet, so we won't worry about too far. I think that will give us a little bit further, and then I can branch off over here for our military-ish things, our wall expansions. So let's see, where's going to be my split. Here we go. This will work just fine. Next question is, how close up do we want it? That's probably a little too close, so that our signaling isn't a mess. So we'll get rid of those signals. That way they don't interfere with the ones we're about to drop in here. And then that probably makes these a little too close now that I'm thinking about it. There. I think that'll work just fine. So we can loop this track back. We don't need that coming out here, and we don't need anything past this point just yet. Because this is right-hand drive, we can loop this back around, come up, and then start a stacker for trains right in this corner, sort of like we've done before. I think that might not look the best. I want to be a little bit away, probably something like that. And then we can start the stacker immediately following this. So that's going to be the first branch of our train stacker up in this area, and that'll leave just a small amount of dead space. We could also simply make it a straight up and down train stacker like we've done here. And is that what I want to do though? I kind of like the diagonal train stackers just for the way they look. I'm not going to worry too much about the amount of space this takes up. Now the question is, how many trains can we fit in here? You're going to want a main signal at the back and then a change signal in front. And we need to make sure that a train will fit here. Trains the size that I make will fit here. Obviously a train can fit, a single engine train can fit anywhere. Okay, now I don't have any chain signals on me, do I? Of course not. There we go. Bring me just a few. And I may need to come down one more set to make sure that I've got a good amount of space in here. Like that. Now the only thing about this is going to be, actually I should completely redo this. Maybe I will do the straight up and down, north to south stacker, because I want to make this expandable, because I don't have a solid idea of how I'm going to do this just yet. So it's going to come down to being something along the lines of this, and then back out here most likely, if this gives me enough room. So if I put that there, that means trains can sit as far back as kind of into the turn. And I'll just throw down another signal here. That should be fine. So now what I want to do is figure out how am I going to replicate something along these lines right here. How is this going to tie in? This is going to look a little bit weird because I've done this strange. I will figure it out though. Let's see. Am I going to have to do something like that? Can I even tie into this? I am just making a mess here. Mm-hmm. No, so I was trying to make it look fancy and pretty here, but I don't know if I'm really going to be able to do that. Well, I may have to add just a little bit more space in this. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Because I think something along the lines of that should hook up. Nope, that won't even hook up. That's a little too far over still. Oh boy, so if you can't tell, I don't do a lot of stuff with trains often. That will work. There we go. And I just have to have signals up here. And we will get it. No problem. So this is the first train in the stacker. And the reason I'm building it this way is that I am going to have to expand this, and I don't know exactly how many I'm going to need. So I don't know if I'm going to need 6 trains, 12 trains, 15 trains. I don't know what that number is going to be just yet, so I have to make it where I can expand the stacker out constantly if I figure out I need more. And that means I need to devote this entire area up here to adding more trains to the stacker when necessary. So they will come off of the main line, come up here and go in the first available spot to stack. I think I can do that by dropping a signal there. And I should have chain signals on the way. It's the problem with having such a giant base with bots having to travel so far. Who's bringing me what? And how far away are you? I'm going to set this up. Actually, I need to wait before I start doing that and get the chain signal so I can just copy and paste blueprints up there. Now what's going to happen here is I can very easily come along and say this is an unloading station, keep going out, another thing is unloaded here, and we can offload resources each time. And then all we have to do to get back onto the line is come right in here, and that's going back onto the line with all of these trains that are going to come through here and offload our different resources for our military segment of construction. Let's see what a good offloading setup looks like. We are going to just grab something like this and not have it curve just yet, so I can figure out how these will curve. Now this obviously needs to be turned around. But there, that setup gives me a train stop and unloading for that train stop, and then I can deal with the belts on this side. We are going to want to have some kind of a setup. We're obviously taking our resources down from here and starting to use them below us here, so we are going to grab some belts that represent that. Just going to be this right here. Actually no, because I'm going to flip this, so what it's going to look like is this right here without the undergrounds. I'm not sure where the undergrounds are going to run. All I have to do is flip this and link it up with these chests. There we go. Like I said, I'll take those belts out. It gives me a balancer, it gives me something to unload, and takes the resources down. We know that our train is going to leave from here. Not enough rails. What is taking these guys so long to deliver my rails? Auto saves. Okay, they are taking their sweet time. Is it because I don't have enough places to charge nearby? That is absolutely what it is. I don't want to keep these in here permanently, but I'll throw some inside of the rail right along here. I know most people keep their roboports in their rail blueprints. And I've got that somewhat going on in places, but I don't know if I want to keep that permanently. And we're going to need some way of transporting our power. Oh, that's very nice. It links up in a straight manner, straight-ish. I think it's because this one is just barely off. And that's off because it won't hook up. Oh, darn. Oh well, we can do that then. That looks okay too. It looks acceptable. Gives us power down here, gives us roboports for charging a little bit closer. Have you delivered what I have requested yet? How am I still waiting on these 50 chain signals? Come on, bots. Get down here. Fly a little faster. Also, where did I take this blueprint from? Why are there not inserters right there? Let's look at this. Did I grab this? I grabbed this one, didn't I? I did. And there are not inserters here on because there's no train going there. Okay. But this should be good. This gives us unloading of the train, sorting of the materials. I now have enough to come over here. We just need to make sure that we continue this out. And then we're going to have enough space to fit multiple of these in here. This doesn't have any name. That's perfect. Real simple and easy. Now I can figure out where the undergrounds are going to go for this, which might be right there. All right. think we can get away with getting rid of that and then fitting these in as close as we can. So we know for sure we're going to have multiple different kinds of resources. I've already seen we're going to have iron, steel, glass, stone brick, sand. So we're going to need quite a few of these. Many different resources. And we may have to have more than one train for each of these. Let me go ahead and clean my inventory up. I always end up with so many of these blueprints. And oh no, I missed that. That one's not even close to lined up. Just placing things everywhere. Let's try that one more time with correct placement, correct alignment. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different types of resources. And that means that our stacker needs to grow. Thank goodness our chain signals are finally here. With the chain signals, I can grab this and I need to edit that. It's got the little hook at the end. I don't need the hook at the end. We're just going to build a nice big stacker out here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That'll be good for now. And if I find that I need more, I can very easily make this larger. Now we've got all of these coming down here. We can start delivering resources here and have resources on a belt and start making decisions from there. Now, I'm trying to think. For the output of this design, do I want to do... I don't think I want to do an entire train's worth of gun turrets, entire train's worth of laser turrets, entire train's worth of walls. I'm thinking that what I want is each of the items available. I'm probably going to end up doing a mixed train that comes out of this facility. And the train will have to have a filtered inventory so that it holds X amount of turrets, X amount of landmines, and so on and so forth, so that I can send the train from here to a depot section of the rail where it offloads all of these different items as it needs it, and then shows back up here and refills up. Which means we're not going to have a whole bunch of trains leaving here. It's just going to be a whole bunch of different kinds of trains showing up and unloading. Let's clear all of this. I'm going to need all of this space. And I may have to move some of these roboports and power lines. But I need this all cleaned up. Just go ahead and have it done. I don't know how big this build's going to be or anything of the sort. So, what do we start with? I guess we can start with walls. Walls are a good safe bet. I'm going to need specific materials for that. Let's start with the easiest one. It's going to be stone brick. Because we're going to have stone brick. That'll make the stone walls. Those stone walls are going to be used to upgrade in later all the way to the spiked steel walls and also to make gates. I don't think there's stone walls used for anything else. Let's double check real fast. Stone wall is used for concrete walls, gates, military science. We will not be including that here. This is not going to be a science build. This is going to be materials for defending ourselves build. So we will not worry about that whatsoever. And that's fine. So the very first thing coming in here can be a train that goes and grabs stone bricks. And let's go ahead and get that set up. It can get fueled and then figure out where we're going to go. It's a good color for stone bricks. Just do something black, a little bit of color, I don't know. That's super white. We'll go with white. Sure, why not? We need to name this station. This station is going to be... Hold on. So I've realized this after going through editing. When I'm making a video, I'm really bad about it. I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to think, trying to narrate as I'm going along, and I get distracted and I am not paying the best attention to things. And I've noticed that I have multiple different naming setups, conventions for my train. So right here, this one I put solar setup and then what it is, what the material is, and the drop off and a number. Okay, and then if I were to be loading those into trains, I would probably end up putting solar setup, what do you call it, solar panel pickup 1 or something along those lines. But then in other places, I have gone like I did here, copper, the material, what I'm transporting, and then green circuit drop off 1. So it's flipped. And I think it looks better to me if you put the material that you're transporting and then what you're doing with it there. I don't know. Or maybe it looks better to do, because this means that everything in that area shows, everything in that specific area shows up together, and then it's all the different things. I think that's what I need to do. I think I need to make some changes to the names of things so that it is more conducive to having where is this at, and then what material is going here. So that also means that I need to decide what this is going to be, and I'm not just going to say military setup. This could say military production. No, I don't like that one either. Defense production. Sure, we'll go with that for now. If I come up with a better name, we can change it. Or if y'all have a better name, drop down in the comments and put it down there. This is going to be producing what I need for my modular wall sections, my modular defense wall, but we'll just call it defense production. This is going to be stone, bricks, drop off 1. And if I do it like that, that should be a lot easier. So over here, what is this called? Stone brick pickup. We're going to go stone brick pickup until you have full cargo, and then we're going to go to defense production stone bricks. Drop off 1 till you have empty cargo. And that's good. Looks nice. And the way this works, I think I should maybe put a a regular rail signal here. So a train can pull up until this point, wait in case something should only be blocking this when it's coming in and out. But when I was looking at that, I was thinking, if a train is coming into here, it really should not block a train that is going out. Say if it's coming right-hand drive and it comes down, it could potentially send a red signal here, which will travel to the chain signals here, which means no train will pull out, even if it's not really blocked. So I want to put a regular rail signal in here to kind of break that up. So a train can pull out up until this point and then pass once the junction is clear. That's going to get our stone bricks down here. We know we're going to need stone bricks. Let's just go down the path to begin with. This one is going to require concrete, which means we're going to need sand and iron that will be made into iron sticks, but we're also going to need iron for several other builds. I don't think we'll need sand for anything other than the... Oh, no, I didn't want to... didn't want to make that. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm looking at the crafting recipe. Concrete is iron sticks, sand, stone bricks, and water, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at this. Iron sticks, stone bricks, sand, and water. Okay, good. So I'm going to be using the stone bricks that are coming off here. I need to get sand as the next material that we have here. Sand. How do you get a good yellow? It's yellowish. Okay, so this is defense production, sand, drop off 1. Okay, that's kind of greenish yellow, but you know what? We're going to go with it. We're going to go with it because I don't feel like spending a lot of time trying to get the color of a train just right when I'm honestly not going to be staring at it all that often. So we want to get sand delivered here and unloading. That one's very easy. Sand. We got different pickups. I'm going to go to 4, just all the way to the end until you have full cargo. And then you're going to come back here until you're empty. That gets our sand. Up next is iron. That's very easy. I want that to be an all blue. Defense. Production. Iron plate. Drop off 1. Not 12, 1. And I don't have enough to place down another train just yet. So we can go ahead and get this planned out though. We're looking at iron. That's the resource. So we have iron pickup. Iron smelting pickup. That's the one. And see, here's where I should probably have iron plate. Because you got iron ore and then it smelts into iron plate. Again, it's my crazy amount of different naming conventions is coming to get me. It's going to cause problems. Iron smelting pickup. Where is this? Can I see this? Click on it. So that's definitely the right thing because that's where they're coming. That's where our iron comes out from. You pick it up and then I want you to bring it back here and drop it off. Empty cargo. That's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. If you had any comments, go down there and leave it for me to read. I do appreciate that as well. As I said at the beginning of the video, there are links to the Discord and my Twitch channel. So come join us in Discord. Really do want you there. I'll be, again, putting information out early about videos and streaming times. And I will see you all next time.